2, 3, 4.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Truly Myrtle podcast. This is episode 4. It's lovely to have you back. If you haven't been before, welcome. Settle in, grab a cup of tea, grab your knitting. Let's get started. Now I don't have much time because it is late in the day. I've tried to do this once already. I've got 4 kids at home on holiday. They are racing around. It's impossible to get some quiet at the moment. The girls are outside. We've just been to see Cinderella at the movies. They're playing Cinderella, as you do. And my son is off doing something, reading a book, I think. So fingers crossed, we've got 5 minutes. The dinner's on. Mr. Myrtle's due to arrive home, so I thought we'd just try and record. The light isn't fabulous. It's a little bit yellow, but look, it's better than not recording at all. And either I get up really early tomorrow morning and do it, or we don't have a podcast because it's just too hard with all the kids around. I must remember that for the future. Right, we'll get started. I'm Libby. I write the Truly Myrtle blog. I've been doing that for a few years. You can find me over there at trulymyrtle.com. I'm Truly Myrtle on Ravelry if you're on Ravelry. If you're not, you should be. It's really good. It's free. It's a fun place to be. I'm Truly Myrtle on Pinterest, Twitter, Facebook, and on Instagram, which is probably my favourite. I'm Truly Myrtle Photos. So come and say hi. It'd be lovely to talk to you. And yeah, I'm always up for a bit of chatter. Right, I don't have an awful lot to show you this month because I'm just quite conscious of the time. So we'll get started. The first thing I did, I had to have a cup of tea. We've just walked in the door. I've thrown the dinner on. I've sat down. Everybody's busy. We just have to have a quick cup of tea while we do that. Now, I have been really good lately and I haven't spent an awful lot of money. I don't think I have. I've been trying to watch my pennies a little bit about when it comes to wool, yarn, because I have a whole cupboard full of yarn. It is a beautiful selection of fabulous skeins that I have collected over the years, and I am determined that I'm going to use that stuff. I'm using it, trying to use it for my own projects. I'm trying to use it to design from, because it seems a waste if I'm not going to do that. So I have been trying not to buy some wool, but yarn. Wool, yarn. They say wool down here. I grew up saying wool. I heard Helen on Curious Handmade talk about that the other day, and it is true. I think it must be a Southern Hemisphere thing, or at least a New Zealand thing. Maybe, she's Australian, New Zealand, Australian thing. We just grew up saying wool. Do you think it's because everyone just assumed you were knitting in wool? I was. My mum knits in wool. She doesn't use any synthetic fibres, has never done. So I just thought everybody had wool. You didn't have alpaca. We didn't have alpaca. And there wasn't any distinction between merino or blue-faced Leicester or all the other different breeds. It was just wool. It was probably just wool like this. This is what I've splurged on. I've had a little splurge. So here are 3 beautiful skeins. I actually bought 5. I've got another one I'll show you in a tick. And I've bought one more, which is a teal blue, which my mum has whipped off with. And she's also got one. So she is going to make a cardigan for one of my little girls and do some colour work around the neck because it would be perfect for colour work. Anyway, let me tell you about it. I met the woman behind this dyeing on Instagram. And she has just recently set up this little company called Rosewood Wool. And what she's done is she's sourced some local Romney wool from an area probably about an hour and a half south of me, where she's from. It's grown here, it's spun here, she has dyed it here, and she started selling it. And I have been on the hunt for beautiful hand-dyed farm wool since I arrived, because New Zealand is full of millions and millions of sheep. I just expected there'd be more, but there isn't an awful amount. There is some, but I'm after some really luscious stuff. Anyway, she started doing it. So I was so excited, I just went a little crazy, and I bought 3 skeins. This one, the colours aren't going to be great tonight because of the lighting, but we'll see how we go. This is naturally dyed with black bean. It's called pistachio. And these 2 are acid dyes. There's absolutely beautiful royal purple. This one's actually a DK. These other 2 are heavier. Worsted, Aran weights. They call them a 12 ply. It could even be, Aran worsted. Aran worsted. Indeed, they are. So they'll knit up beautifully for a nice chunky jumper. Now the thing about Romney wool is it's a coarser wool than you might be used to with a soft merino or something that has a sort of a luxury blend, but it isn't too. I don't think it's too scratchy. I think you could get away with wearing this near your face or your head. I think I could. It softens up with washing. It's really hard wearing, so it will last and last. It won't it'll last. So I'm really keen to explore this beautiful farm wool and just see what I can do with it. I'm super excited. Now I bought one more that lead me nicely into the next thing I was going to tell you about. I bought one more, which is this fabulous ginger. Here it is here. It came in a ball, this one, so that was easy to start with. Ginger, that's pretty true to life, that ginger. It's a really beautiful golden ginger colour. It's a DK weight, and it's naturally dyed with henna. It's fabulous stuff. So, gingerbread, it's called gingerbread. Isn't that fabulous? I thought that I would design a jumper with it. Now, let me quickly tell you, I will link to all the stuff in my show notes, but rosewood wool, you can find them on Instagram. Go and have a look. I'm pretty sure they've got some for sale at the moment. If you scroll through all their photos, you can go and say that you want the ones that are in the photos. Last time I looked, there were still some available, and they've got some beautiful colours. There's one there, a baby soft pink. Oh, it's heavenly. It's got some little shoes in the picture. Go and buy it. It's lovely. Anyway, rosewood. So what I'm going to do is, I've had this idea in my head. I talked about this on my blog the other day. I've got this idea in my head for the perfect sweater. Chuck it on, cozy up in it, the kind of thing that you pull the sleeves down, you get really comfy, you have a big roaring fire. It's getting cold here, so my mind is wandering into nice woolens, curl up woolly stuff. Anyway, I think what I'll do is, I've had a play with it, I've started swatching, I've swatched it on slightly bigger needles. I'm going to design that jumper, I'm going to design that sweater, the perfect weekender sweater. That's what I'm going to design. So I've got an idea in my head, and I'm just going to see if it actually works in the wool. So I've started swatching. I've swatched on slightly bigger needles than called for, in the hopes that it might give me a good bit of drape. So I'm experimenting still. I've talked about it on my blog, as I've said. Go and have a look. My plan is to walk you through. You can come on the designing journey with me. I'm going to talk you through every step of the way. You might want to design a jersey too, and you might want to start swatching something for yourself. I'm not going to go into masses of detail, because there's lots of information out there about designing, and I am fairly new to it, for sweater designing. Although I have designed some, I haven't published one, and I haven't graded one yet. So this is all stuff that I've got to learn, and I'm feeling quite excited about. But come and have a look on the blog, follow my journey, and let's see if we can come up with something absolutely fabulous. So that is that bit of gingerbread happening. Now, while I've been thinking about the most fabulous jersey, the most fabulous sweater that I can make, the weather started to turn a little bit here, and it's got a little bit colder. It's slowly turning into winter. It is slow, but there's definitely a chill in the air tonight. And I've been popping on cardies. I've got my Grace cardie on tonight. It's beautiful 4-ply merino baby alpaca cashmere blend. And I bought it years ago. The woman who dyed it, I'm pretty sure she doesn't do this base anymore, but you can pick up bases like this around. It's a cozy little cardie. And at the end of last winter, I was so cold. I was so panicked about being cold that I then spent the next few months just plotting and planning and knitting chunky sweaters, because I knew that I needed something for this winter. So I've made two. I've showed you those already. And I've got another one on the needles, which I'll show you in a minute, and another one I've swatched. So I'm on a roll. I'm getting these chunky sweaters going, cardigans and sweaters. But what I've realised as the weather turns is that I actually need another 4-ply cardigan, probably 2. I've got this one, which is actually getting a bit shabby now. I could do with replacing it. The thing about this wool is it isn't going to last forever, and I have thrashed these cardigans. I have worn them to death. I've got another one which is actually down on the floor next to me, because I washed it yesterday and it's blocking. It's my Audrey and Unst cardigan. It's knit in the same blend but with a different dyer. Lovely little 4-ply cardie, and it's got a little hole. I noticed when I've locked it out, it's got a little hole around about here, and I'm not sure how that happened. I'm pretty sure it wasn't like that before. I'm slightly panicked. We have moths. Mr. Myrtle seems to think that some of his jerseys are getting eaten by moths. Anyway, I'm feeling a bit panicky about that, but I'm going to have to repair the front of it. And if it doesn't work, I've got a bit of a mess on my hands with that cardigan. So I am going to have to put another 4-ply cardigan on the needles. It's the last thing I probably need at the moment. I'm not going to do it right now. I'll get these other ones out of the way, and then I'll see what I can do later. I have got wool in the cupboard, so I'll see if I can dip into that and get something started through the winter, ready for the spring. That might be a good idea. Anyway, the one that is already on the needles is, eek, it's not here. I took it to the movies, and I've left it up there. I can see my son and he can bring me the bag. That would be handy, wouldn't it? He's come out of his room. Anyway, I'll show you another one while I'm waiting for that. Or let me show you the one I've finished. This one. This is super pretty. It's a possum blend. He's indicating he doesn't know where it is. My green flowery bag by the bench. Anyway, this is a possum merino blend. It's the Tiny Tea Leaves cardigan by Madeline Tosh. It's for my 5-year-old. It's got 2 little buttons that need to be sewn on the front. That's it. So I'll do those as soon as I get round to it. I kind of don't want to do it in a hurry, thank you. I don't want to do it in a hurry because then I have to photograph it on her. She's going to want to wear it and I'm not ready to photograph it. So I'm just letting it sit up there for a minute. But it's so cute. It's knitted up beautifully. The wool is a Zilana wool, which I haven't used before, and it has got possum. You can see the dark halo of the possum. It really is glorious. It's a really dark red. It's kind of like that. It has really dark shadows in it. It's beautiful. And this is sort of, it's a fairly heavy DK, so I've knitted it up as a worsted. But it's beautiful. I'm really pleased with it. So that's finished. Right, he's delivered me my cardigan. Here it is here. Now I am making Alicia, I'm not sure how you say your name, Plumber's in Stillness cardigan, jersey, sweater. And I've started at the top. I did some at the movies and in the end I had to put it down because it was so dark and I could feel that something was wrong. I see. I must have just stitched a stitch. It just needs a bit of fiddling on the side. Anyway, I'm up to the part that's easy. I should be able to do it at the movies in the dark. Right, I've knit the top. There it is. I'm really pleased with the wool. It's not great colours at the moment, but it is more or less right. And I'm down to the body, which I'm going to adjust slightly. It has an A-frame shaping, but as I've said before, I'm quite narrow on the hips. So instead of doing 4 increases down the body, I'm going to do 2, which will take about an inch and a half out of the overall width at the hips. So hopefully that'll work better for me. I'm a little bit disappointed with the jog and the ribbing. Can you see? It's quite obvious, the jog there. Because you joined in the round here, there was always going to be a little bit of a jog at the front, and she does say that, but yeah, I'm not thrilled with that. I'm hoping it blocks out. I'm not quite sure what I can do about it. Maybe you won't notice it when it's being worn, but it's really obvious to me. It always is to yourself, isn't it? Anyway, I'm knitting down. That's 2 evenings work and a little bit at the movies. That's not too bad. It really knits up quickly. It's quite a chunky wool. It's a worsted. Mine's more of an Aran, I think. So down I go. That will be fun to get that finished. The other one that's underway is one for my daughter. It is the Granny's Favourite Cardigan by Georgie Hallam. And it's knitting up just beautifully. I'm loving it. It's a Polworth. And we dyed it ourselves. It's the one with the blue blobs in it. But I have, look, I'm doing okay. I'm getting down the body. What I've decided to do, because the other skein of wool that I've got is super blotchy, I'm going to stop knitting the body, go to the sleeves and do those first, and then go back to the body. In the hopes that when I get to the bottom of the body, I'll be maybe onto the other skein. I've got a lot, so I might not get onto the other skein. But I'm hoping that the blobs will spread themselves out a bit more around the larger circumference of the body rather than the smaller circumference of the sleeves. That's the plan. Let's see if it works. Anyway, I found buttons. That's what I wanted to show you. Because of the blue blobs, which we're just running with, look, there's another big one at the back. There's blue blobs everywhere in this cardigan. I have found, where is the blob? There it is, there. I've found these buttons in my stash. Can you see those? They're pretty neat, aren't they? I must have picked them up in a market somewhere. And I just thought they'd be cute on that little, look, there we go, on that little cardie. So they're the buttons. I think I need 3. So I have some left over, which will be really nice. Anyway, so I'm doing that one. I'm working in order of vulnerability, it would seem. I'm starting with the youngest. I'm up to the next one. I have cast on the other daughter, the eldest daughter. So far, I've got this much. It's a hem. There's quite a lot of stitches on there. She's a 32-inch bust, so it's not a small feat, this cardigan. It's going to be a sizable knit. It's got a rolled hem, and then it's straight up into the body, and then there's a smocking around the top. It's Ysolde Teague's Coraline cardigan. It's very pretty, and this is an alpaca that I picked up in France years ago, which will be a great colour on her. It's a really mushroom colour. It will have good drape, I think. So that one is underway, slightly neglected. I'll get back to it. I will do that one. I kind of feel like I just need to give it a good evening, getting that band really going. So those are my cardigans that I'm doing. My son just told me before he felt cold, he needed a sweater, he told me, a sweater, a jumper, a jersey. He felt a bit chilly. So I said, oh, so you do want one after all then, do you? Yep, he did. And Mr. Myrtle's kind of murmured that he would like one too, but if I'm too busy, don't worry. I said, of course I'm not too busy. I'm sure I could do that. So that is my aim in the next year, maybe. I'll attempt a big jersey for Mr. Myrtle, and I better get one started for my son. This could be tricky. We've got to find just the right pattern for him. I don't know what that will be. There's a lack of older boys sweater patterns, I think. There's a real lack, because I did try and have a look, and he's 13. He's almost 13. So, you know, I just think there needs to be more out there. If anyone's listening, go for it. Now I've got one more thing on my needles. Now I have just cast off a shawl, which I'm really super excited about, but I can't show you. It's an absolute deep secret, because I've designed a shawl for a local shawl club. Happy Go Knitty, Helene at Happy Go Knitty has a shawl club which starts in June, July, August, over the winter months in New Zealand. And you buy for 3 months, excuse me, and you have one skein of wool and one pattern every month. So I am one of the months. Isn't that exciting? I was really nervous. It took me a while to get over my nerves, but I did. I just ploughed on and did it, and I'm absolutely thrilled with what I've managed to do. The pattern is done. It's just going to be test knitted in the next couple of weeks, and then it will be off to her to put into the shawl club. Now, if you want to join that shawl club, her yarn is beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Her dyeing is lovely. It's really luxury base. It's lovely stuff. So if you want to join, you have to go and have a look at her Facebook page. I'll link to all of this in the show notes. On her Facebook page, she's going to give you some information about signing up for the shawl club. So yeah, do it. It'll be fun. You'll get one of my shawls. And the other designer is really talented shawl designer, so you're going to get some beautiful patterns from her too. I haven't seen them yet, but given what she's done before, I think they're going to be pretty neat. Anyway, now I've cast that one off, I feel like I can start another one. So I bought this beautiful skein of wool last May from Joe at Mirakai Studios. I bought it at the Wool Fest, which is due to come around again in a couple of weeks, and I'll tell you about that in a moment. But I bought it from her last year, so I thought, oh my goodness, I better get it knitted up into something before I see her again. That would be very remiss of me if I didn't. So, it's slightly variegated. It has a sparkle. It's a merino nylon stellina blend. It's these beautiful plum and apricot tones. It is slightly variegated. So my challenge is to try and find a pattern with a bit of texture that can actually cope with the variegated wool. So I've had a go. Goes up that way. And I've started. The pattern is all written, and now I'm just knitting it up. So it has got, blocking is magic. I need to block this. You'll be able to see it better. It has got these fabulous variegated, you need to be able to see it against something, variegated, not variegated, what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say chevrons, lace chevrons at the top. Lace chevrons, and they move. I'm just about to move into a different kind of lace, and then another slight lace, and a bind off at the bottom. So it is a crescent shawl. It's going to be nice and long. I'm aiming for it to be one of the ones that you wear and scoop round, a bit more like a scarf, because I wear those a lot. That's my favourite shape. So that's my plan. Here we go. It's underway. I just need to knit it up now. So I'm really, really keen to get it off the needles, keen to get it done, and let's hope it gets out to you. Oh, I don't know, soon. Let's hope it gets done to show Joe. That's my aim. Get it done to show Joe at the Wool Fest. Now, the Wool Fest is coming up at the end of May. If you're in Auckland or near Auckland, or just want to visit Auckland in New Zealand, the Wool Fest is on I think it's the last Saturday of May, from 10 till 4. I'm going to have another podcast before then, so I'll give you the actual firm dates. I'll put it in my show notes. I think it's the 24th of May, 28th, something like that. 10 till 4. The Corbyn's estate in Henderson. So come along. And if you see me, say hi. Please say hi. Come and say hi. And then we can have, a little bonded together. I am really keen to meet you. So do. Can you do that? Because I do love meeting people. Now, I've done a bit of sewing. I'm going to show you quickly. I think Mr. Myrtle's about to walk on the door. I can hear his car. So, I've done some sewing. I've made some t-shirts. I was at a terrible stage the other day with no t-shirts. I had a lot of t-shirts that had holes in the front from the seatbelt of my old car. I've decided that's what it probably was. I don't get them anymore now that I've got a different car. And so with the weather cooling off, it was too cold to wear sleeveless stuff. So I sat down the other day and I cut out 4 t-shirts and I've sewed them up. So the first one I did was this one that I'm wearing, which is a navy. It's got nice little short sleeves, scoop neck. It's reasonably fitted. And it's got nice length to it. And I'm really pleased with this one. It's I used for the base a pattern off a Craftsy class with Meg McElroy. Meg. Anyway, Meg. She's like my friend. Meg. She's lovely. After you watch the Crafty class, you feel like she's your friend. Anyway, I used that pattern as a base, and I've already made it once before for a long sleeve top, so I've just used the adjusted version of mine to make this one. Then I made a green one. Got a whole lot of stretch knit from my mum, so that was pretty good. I used that. So this has got kind of longer sleeves to about here. It's a slightly different neckline, similar, but it's slightly higher, and I gave it just a wee bit more fullness in the body. Just I thought that might be good for a change. And then the third one I did in a plum. Probably the best fit of all. It's got shorter sleeves, slightly longer than these. I'm conscious that it's going to get colder, and it's got a definitely shallower, narrower neckline to it, and a little bit more fullness in the body as well. Now the reason that these ones aren't finished is because I used a twin needle to do the binding around this one. I used a tutorial, which I'll link to, from Megan Nielsen in Australia to do the neckband, where you sew the banding piece on the wrong side, like so. You flip it over to the right side, and then you turn it over the seam and fix it down, and then you top stitch it, which I've done here. It makes a nice firm band. You can see that I'm ready to go on that one. But when I was doing this one, it was okay. I could notice that a couple of the stitches were being skipped, which wasn't fabulous. But it was okay. It was okay. Not great, but okay. So then I started the next one, and it was a disaster. A disaster. The right-hand needle would just not sew, like it wouldn't catch underneath. Now, I'm wondering if it's the needle, because I checked the machine, I've changed the cotton, I've rethreaded it, I've looked at the manual. The needle is a universal needle. I'm wondering if I actually need a proper ballpoint stretch knit needle. So I'm going to go back to the shop and ask them about it. But if you have any tips in the meantime, can you tell me if there's anything else I can try, or do you think it is the needle? It's just a universal twin needle. I think it's a 70 or 80 is the measurement, which I can never remember what that refers to. But it's skipping, skip the right side. It just will not go down at all now. So I don't know what I've done wrong. Do you think my tensioning's wrong or something? I don't know why I'm showing you that, because it's not even on there. It's on here. But this one isn't too bad. But anyway, I really want to finish these. I've done one more, which is also waiting to be finished until I resolve the needle issue. I don't want to zigzag. I know I could zigzag it. I know I could hand stitch it. I want to have a t-shirt that looks like a t-shirt, that has the double, twin needles. This is the last one. It's a slightly different idea. It's got a drop shoulder and then different sleeves down. It's reasonably fitted. So we'll just see how that goes. That's an experiment. I'm not entirely convinced, but I'll reserve judgment until it's finished, and we'll just see how that goes. It's nice cotton. It's lovely cotton. I had that one left over in my stash. So that's been some of my sewing. I've got one more thing which I think I will do. Now, I did have one little splurge on fabric, because I found a new fabric shop in Newmarket in Auckland. It's in a very expensive part of town, and it turns out, when I asked them, that they're actually a retail arm of a wholesaler that stocks quite a lot of designer fabrics. If you're in New Zealand, you'll know Karen Walker, Kate Sylvester. Apparently they produce quite a lot of their fabrics, and they have a lot of offcuts and remnants, end of line from them. But they also have some of their own, so I'm going to keep my eye on it. I hope it stays there. It's an expensive place to be paying rent. So we'll just see how it goes. Newmarket in Teed Street. I can't remember what the name of the shop is for the life of me. I can't remember, but there's the only one in Teed Street. So if you're nearby, go and have a look. It's good prices. It's got some lovely fabric. So I got this one, which has got some stretch in it, and I just thought it was really cool. Now, at first I thought maybe I could do a sweatshirt out of it, because it would be nice and bright, and it is really sweatshirt weather here at the moment before it gets too cold. But then I thought, you know what I fancy? I fancy some trousers. I just think, I've got that clover pattern, which is a good fit on me, and I just think, wouldn't that be crazy trousers? I just think it might be cool with some boots and my t-shirt and a funky cardi and some big jewellery. I'm tempted to try trousers. Oh, it's going really orange. We don't want orange. So, that's my aim for the month. I might even try and wear it to the Wool Fest. You'd see me coming, wouldn't you? You wouldn't miss me. My bright trousers. I could wear my navy t-shirt, my bright trousers. I don't know what cardigan. I need a cardigan. Oh my goodness. Will I have to finish another cardigan? Maybe. Who knows? Maybe I'll wear one I've made. So anyway, that's my sewing that I'm planning to do. The other piece of sewing I've done is this one, because I said I would finish a bag. Look, here's mine, and I've made yours. I said I would finish a bag for my giveaway. So here it is. It's the bucket tote. It's a free pattern from Shannon Cook on veryshannon.com, and it's a great little pattern. Quite a few people in the Ravelry group have made it, and now one of the people in the Ravelry group is going to win it, because when I last checked, it's when I drew the number, there were 400 people in the Ravelry group. Amazing. I'm so thrilled. So if you haven't joined the Trudy Myrtle Ravelry group, join. It's really fun. There's lots of people chatting. We talk about all sorts of things, sewing, knitting. Go and join in. Anyway, someone's going to win it. Someone has won it. I've drawn their name. I have to find it on my phone. I made a note of who it was. I'd probably start my podcast again by accident. I was listening to one before. Notes. Here it is. It's in there. The winner is BJ Mayo. BJ Mayo, congratulations. You have won a bag. It has a pocket inside. It's a fabulous size tote, and I will post this to you if you let me know where you live. I will try and get hold of you, but if you hear this first, drop me a line. Send me an email, trudymyrtle@gmail.com, and let me know what your address is. Now, I have a couple of things. I've talked to you about that. Oh, I need to tell you about my newsletter. It's coming out next week. It's coming out next week. I've nearly finished writing it. It's packed full of stuff again. I'm really enjoying writing my newsletter, and I'm so thrilled that you guys are enjoying it. I'm getting lots of positive feedback. So if you have any ideas for me to write about, just let me know. I'm kind of working a theme at the moment, but I'm always open to suggestions. And if you have a tip that you can share with us about knitting or sewing, just drop me a line as well. But if you need to subscribe, visit my blog, put your name in the box, and click go, and you will get one next week along with everybody else. There's quite a lot of you now. Quite a lot, hundreds of you now. So I'm quite pleased about that. That's really super exciting. I think that's all. I think I've done it. I can go and serve for dinner. I better go and see if it's nearly cooked. I hope the light's all right. Better than no podcast day. Better than no podcast. So have a really happy month. Happy knitting. Thank you for joining me. It's always lovely to do this. And I will see you soon. Bye.
2, 3, 4.
Is it a scarf or is it half of a sweater? From what I've heard, it could be a third of a poncho. There's no excuse now not to be knitting, 'cause you can do it standing and you can do it sitting. Is it a hat or is it the start of a blanket? Maybe a ball or even a shawl for a baby. No excuse now not to be knitting, 'cause you can do it standing and you can do it sitting. Take out your needles, we're casting on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I got official love you. You can do it, Mary. You can do it, John. Is it a gnome or some other homely creation? Wait and see, it might even be for a teapot.